100V pump drive removal. First step will be removing of the drive tire. Before the drive can be unbolted and removed from the frame, first step will be removing of the steering linkage rod from the steering pivot arm first, because this will allow the rod to drop down through the frame as the drive unit is removed, because there's not enough clearance in the frame for the rod to be removed from the drive unit down at the drive side. So first step will be actually removing of it at the steering pivot. Once you get the nut loose, go ahead and just thread the nut back onto the ball joint threads. That way you don't lose the nut. And then just kind of let it lay loose. And here again, once we drop the drive unit out of the bottom, the linkage rod will come with it. Then you'll come and remove the cross member bar that you see here. And then you'll have 6 bolts out on the outside. You'll have the 4 main, 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top. That secures the housing to the tractor frame, and then 2 more bolts for your bottom support bracket to your cross member bar. Okay, once you remove that bottom support plate, there will be a couple spacers that will fall out when you remove that plate, and the spacers make up the gap difference there between the housing and the frame. So when these fall out on you, you now know where they go if you didn't quite catch where they fell out of. It should make sense to you when you go back together with it, but make sure that you got these 2 spacers on the reinstall. That way it's fully supported against the bottom mounting bolt of the housing. Go ahead and remove the 4 bottom ones first, leaving the top 2 bolts. This will kind of help free up a hand once you start to get the drive unit loose, and you probably have to have an extra hand to kind of hold the drive unit as you lower it out of the frame. When you get these nuts and bolts loose, go ahead and leave the bolt in the frame and remove the nut from the inside. That'll kind of still help hold the drive unit to the frame. 100V drive unit install. With the new drive unit, you will transfer over the original control arm and also the linkage rod. Again, making sure that you bolt on the linkage rod to the drive unit. Because of clearance issues, you will not be able to install the linkage rod with the control arm already installed. So go ahead and just leave both of them bolted on. Also at the top, run your two top bolts into the frame. This will kind of help support the drive unit and free up a hand to get the nuts installed. We've got the top two bolts installed and it's kind of just loosely tightened. Now we'll go ahead and install the bottom support bracket and spacers. Get this. You go ahead and slide the spacers onto the bolts. All right, everything is secured as far as drive unit to the frame. Next installation will be the cross member. Go ahead and install the belt first around the pump pulleys. Once you have belt around the pump drive pulleys, what you'll do is load the tension onto the idler arm in order to get belt onto the pulley for the crankshaft. Yeah, that pulley will be loose on the crankshaft, making sure that it doesn't slide down off the shaft once you remove the tensioner pulley from it. Just make sure you have an arm supported there, or hand supported onto the pulley. 100V neutral adjustment. If you ever have to replace the drive unit itself, and once you have everything installed and running and the tire continues to turn on you when the linkage is, everything is in neutral adjustment will be required. The way you'll do that is taking a 1/4 inch Allen wrench and going up into the socket head bolt. You see right there, and you'll kind of crack it loose. There is a hole here through the frame that you can also go through to get to that socket head bolt as well. we're showing this right here just to have a better, kind of a clearer view of what's actually happening. Once that bolt is loose, now you're able to rock and rotate your control arm and return to neutral assembly back and forth to set the neutral of the tire. Once neutral has been achieved and the tire has stopped turning on you by rotating this back and forth, then you will go ahead and tighten down the Allen head bolt securely. And once that's tightened securely, at that point the linkage rod itself up at the top where it bolts onto your steering pivot may need to be adjusted as well. After the drive unit has been installed to the tractor frame and the control arm has been neutralized on the hydro drive, next step then is installing the linkage rod into the steering pivot. And what may happen here is the linkage rod will need to be adjusted. As you can see here, the alignment of the ball joint and the hole is a little bit off angle. Kind of see right there, and we want to true that up to where the threads of the ball joint are perpendicular to the hole of the steering pivot. So what we'll do is we'll loosen this jam nut there to the ball joint, and then we can thread that ball joint up or down, whichever way it needs to go, in order for the threads of the ball joint to go through the slotted hole without putting any pressure on the linkage rod. And again, you'll just kind of keep threading it in or out until there's no pressure, really no pressure on the arm. Again, make sure and put the washer. There'll be a washer that goes against the jam nut of the ball joint. See there. Now you have kind of a straighter line, or more of a perpendicular line of the ball joint into the steering pivot. And again, no pressure on the linkage rod. Also a reminder that when you do this, that the steering lever is swung out into neutral. Go ahead and swing that lever in and out. There you go. Steering lever swung out to neutral when you're making this adjustment here. Other points, when you reinstall it, again, this is in a slotted hole back and forth. You see here, look and see if you can see the original markings of the nut on the arm, and put it back in that position. Once you've done that, go ahead and test drive it and check the tracking. If you need to adjust the tracking, you can again move this ball joint back and forth in the slots, and that will change the speed of the drive. Lug bolt torque for the tires will be 70 foot-pounds. You will have to engage the park brake in order to hold the tire.